All right, and we're back. Oh my god, what? Wait, what? I didn't even see that coming.
You didn't even see the Bob Ross
No,
coming?
I didn't even see it coming, dude.
Oh man, this doesn't still smell like beer, does it?
Uh,
So this happened the last time I went to go visit your brother, Kyle,
really?
and and I visited a bunch of friends of mine from high school,
Oh my
and one of them
goodness.
was like, "Oh, I gotta bring like a Bob Ross, blah 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 blah." So I'm in Walmart, and this lady's like got a Bob Ross costume, and she can't figure out where it goes, and I'm like, just give me that. I'm gonna take this and be Bob. So now I have this fucking itchy ass beard and giant fro,
It was meant to be.
and it's wonderful.
It's wonderful. I love it.
So
Oh,
I
So,
guess I need to reintroduce my character. I'll be Bob Ross today, and I'm playing Eridu Sumerea. So good to meet y'all. And we're gonna have one happy little elf over here.
all right. Well,
This is a happy little elf
in
right
that
there.
case, well, since you've taken center stage, Bob Ross, how about
Yeah.
you start us off with group therapy?
Oh man. So
And there's the dog. Are you serious?
well,
all,
but
all three of them.
before we jump in with group therapy, because that
Oh yeah,
leads
I wanted to
into
make so our Sunday game. We need at least one new player. We are looking for it would one or two players to join us in our Sunday game. We had to one of our guys had to fall out, and so we have openings. And it would be nice that we don't drop down to two players if someone needs to do something like Megan is getting married. Megan Miller, a Nerdarchy contributor and author, is
Hey, indie author. She's got a new book out soon.
yeah, she has a new book coming out soon. So she is getting married sometime before Sunday, and so she's clearly going to not be there. So it would be nice to have more than two players there, as an example. So if anyone is interested in, we obviously have a table culture that I'd like to preserve in some way. But if anyone here wants to join us, or if you know anyone else that wants to join us, um, have them find just like find us on Twitter, um, and uh, like I said, we'll get in contact and everything with you guys, and maybe work something out, and see what works.
yeah. You
And
need to find us on Twitter. We can't direct you there. You just need to find us. Look through all the accounts.
well, I mean, we're Roll for Mischief, and so if you find Roll for Mischief, and I do believe I have the actual information in our descriptions area.
Yeah, you can
Um,
find us on Twitter, the Roll for Mischief. You can find me at Randomizer Guy, or you can hit
You
me
can
up on
find me at
Facebook.
Original Rubahawk. You can find
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
I'm not going to
And
give
if
out
you
anybody
want,
else's personal information. You
yeah.
guys can do that on your own.
If you want, and then if you want to check out the game that we play on Sundays to see if it's going to be right for you, you can go to our Roll for Mischief YouTube channel. We don't have a customized URL yet, so you'll just have to do a search for Roll for Mischief, and it is the Mischief and Misfits game.
Yeah, get
So
your
just
shit
go down
together,
to
Roll
the
for
plane.
Mischief. Come on.
Yeah.
Get those customized URLs up.
We have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 minutes in a
Yeah,
year. So,
exactly. So get your shit together. All you guys, all you viewers, get your shit
Or
together.
4,000
Get out there and
hours.
watch all of our videos so we can get this stuff going.
I'm sorry, 4,000 hours, not minutes. 4,000 hours in 1,000 subscribers within a year. So, yeah. Like I said, if anyone joins, we would greatly appreciate you joining, and we will work out and we'll dump you in whenever we can. Like it'll be that episode. I'll find a way of just plugging you in, no problem.
Awesome.
So
Because people are like light sockets.
people are kind of like light sockets, actually.
I'm trying to think of different kinds of light sockets so I could say I'm such a light socket, but I can't think of that. bayonets and screws. I think that's the only two that we get over here for the most part.
I was gonna say, isn't your stuff all like different than ours?
Possibly, actually.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Fine.
I
Yes.
only know the screwy one, so.
Anyway, that was the call.
Yeah.
Go and check out the game if you can't join and play. You can get it here on the Twitch channel or on YouTube. But yes,
Yeah, we play Sundays at 2 from 12 to 2. So same time,
Yes.
just on Sundays.
Go Eridu.
Okay, so Eridu over here is he's quite happy with his life right now. I'm pretty sure stuff has happened, and I'm not gonna lie, it has been a week for me. I like really do not remember what happened last week at all.
it was really forgettable. It really was.
Yeah, nothing really happened. There were no giant mechanized dragons.
Mechano Dragon.
Oh, that's right, there was the dragon.
I mean, Bob.
It's been a busy week. I'm telling you, like so many other things have happened.
I understand.
So instead of doing group therapy, why don't we do an episode recap so we all remember what happened last week?
Session recap.
That's the one. That's what I
Yeah.
said. I
No,
said session.
it's not.
It's right over here. You don't doubt me. I know what I'm talking about.
Our characters started the session outside of the big complex, and our whole goal was to like find out exactly what was going on in there. So we went into the warehouse, set up like a little base, and then we started exploring the whole area and doing some very sneaky type reconnaissance, and had some very tense moments. Almost got discovered a couple of times, a little bit, but essentially we were able to uncover in two independent different ways. Like Alton was exploring the area and just kind of scouting out all the different, like he was scouting out was there a mine? He was checking out the mine, he was checking out the dock, and then he was checking out everything else. And then Eigner and Eridu had went into the big office where the scary looking dragonborn guy had all of his stuff, and Eigner stole a bunch of papers off of his desk. He stole this little wireframe model that was on his desk, stole a bunch of stuff. And independently at the same time, all of our characters made the realization that this complex is being built to be like a military production facility, essentially, and they're creating this massive mechanical dragon that can be used as a very scary weapon of war.
Okay. Now that we all know and are on the same page, Eridu's relieved that it's not an actual dragon. And this just has all sorts of implications that are way outside of his pay grade. This is one of those situations in which I do not think Eridu's gonna play the moral high ground and be like, we've got to warn the world. It's gonna be like, oh shit, this isn't my problem. I don't know what to do here. Last time I came face to face with a dragon, I thought I would die. Both me and the character. I actually was completely speechless. I remember that very vividly.
Someone else.
Go, Alton.
Go ahead, Eigner.
Okay, Eigner is feeling very stressed out, and I feel like he's going to have kind of a diametrically opposite approach as Eridu, where Eridu is just like, this is a little too much for me, I just don't know what to do. Eigner is in the position where he's like, well, I know exactly what to do, but he feels constrained because he feels like he doesn't have the ability to do it, and he doesn't really know how to rally the troops and the resources to actually do something about it. And he realizes that this whole situation is so much more complex, and there's still a lot of unanswered questions as far as like who's really behind this and what's the purpose and like who are they trying to act against. So Eigner's trying to figure out like what the opposing sides are to this conflict. I mean, because it's not like an active conflict yet, but it definitely seems like it's going to become some kind of active conflict. But Eigner knows that something needs to be done, and he wants to do something about it. He's just trying to figure out the how.
Sweet.
Uh, Alton is kind of really what's what I'm looking for? I don't know. He hasn't processed that information yet. Like, that's the giant dragon. He knows that he was, he going into this situation. He was obviously tired. He did some recon, and then he just needed to sleep. And then he went out. Um, and like he searched and he was distracted a little bit, but he was able to be very stealthy and moving around and was basically a ghost the whole day. But just kind of his he just wasn't able to really kind of pick up on the surroundings that much, and so whenever he saw this giant mechanized dragon, he's just kind of it's like when you see something that that is so unexpected that you just don't know how to cope with the idea of it. And it's just okay, so it's around the size of a dragon, or it looks like a dragon, but it's clearly not a dragon. It's some kind of metal thingy, or it's shaped all super weird. It looks like that toy. But it's not. It's much bigger. It's the size of a dragon. It's just too much for him right now.
Just like this vegan beard is too much for me right now.
Right. So
okay,
right,
Bob.
yeah. So right now that's all he's doing, and he's with Lauren, I think.
Yes.
The two of them, and he's just the whole rest of the whole day means nothing, and pretty much yesterday or whatever, all the way up until after Eridu and Alton came to terms. Not necessarily they didn't make up, but they came to some kind of terms. Anything after that and this moment is just, it doesn't matter. It's this thing, the coming to terms with Eridu, and then this thing, and fucking the rest of it is just bullshit. So that's where he's kind of at.
Okay. So it seems that Alton and Eigner both have a similar sort of starting position right now. The shape of things is still a little incomprehensible.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So, for the sake of the audience, for the first 3 sessions of this episode, I would hijack a character and tell a bit of the story from their perspective, but in a half-remembered form for that character. So something in the vein of a vision or a dream sequence. But the actual how they are getting this information, is it real or an illusion? That's all been left ambiguous. But last episode and this episode, session. Thank you. This session and last session, we are not doing that. If this is not the ultimate session and is the penultimate session of the episode, then we will be doing another one next week. But since we're not this week, and we've had group therapy, we begin exactly where we left off. We are in a strange settlement on the south coast, miles away from Twin Harbors. We have accompanied Lauren, a halfling trail guard, who has noticed that her companions in the Trail Guard have been discouraging her from exploring this area. Her higher-ups not listening to any of her concerns about people going missing, wagons getting redirected to areas where she, as a Trail Guard, can no longer guard the trails that these wagons are on. It's impacting her ability to do her job. So she sought out people that she knew, specifically Eigner Bosh. She'd worked with him previously when he helped protect some caravans from kobold attacks. Which, for those of you that have been watching since day one, will remember that was Ace's episode.
Oh, but
That
it
was
wasn't
pretty strange.
recorded. We had to do a recap.
We had to
video.
recap that one.
But
Yep.
if you've seen the recap video, then you've heard all
We have talked
about
about
that.
Lauren, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Upon approaching, finding that the druids living in the sewers underneath Twin Harbor appears to have been paid off to manipulate the land and create a ramp down into the sea, facilitating the ability to create a functioning harbor with Azamar, human, halfling, gnome, and elf, as well as some hill dwarf laborers operating in this in the process of construction town, this harbor. Upon infiltrating in, the party set up shop in the back of a warehouse where food is constantly being brought in and taken away, but them setting up in the back, it's a nice little hidey hole. They went out and explored and found that there is a mining area, and there is a dragonborn captain. Dragonborn not being common in the area, and that he seems to be the only one. Alton and Lauren snuck out to explore the entire area, whereas Eigner and Eridu decided to break into the barracks, dressed up in Trail Guard uniforms, since the Trail Guard seemed to be guarding this place, further deepening the mystery of what's going on and why Lauren was not party to all this information. Sneaking in, Eigner and Eridu managed to steal a whole bunch of paperwork, which detailed the plans for these mechanized dragon things, along with a small desk model of one. Alton and Lauren ultimately came upon one of these things being demonstrated to an Azamar woman, who was being shown around as if she's some dignitary on a visit. And it was with that revelation that we ended. The sun is shining, the wind is blowing fairly strongly, but not unusual for being this close to the coast. Everyone is, at present, undiscovered. We begin this session of the episode in a fairly quiet bit, since no one is in any immediate danger. We'll begin with Eigner and Eridu in the back of the warehouse. You've got the paperwork in front of you, revealing the shape of this thing.
Eridu, what are we looking at?
This is far outside of my expertise. I honestly do not know. It seems like some kind of device.
It's massive in scale. I cannot imagine how this could be built, how this could be implemented, or why.
I mean, what is it even supposed to be used for?
What are dragons supposed to be used for? For destruction.
Well, I mean, is this something someone is giving up to use against a dragon?
Doubt it. Absolutely doubt it. Look here. Come on.
All right.
It's a cock.
You're the one with the military background. You got to walk me through this.
There's a cockpit. There's a pilot.
Mhm.
There's going to be someone in that seat. And I want to find out what kind of person is going to be in that seat, and who put them there, and for what purpose.
All right. Well, I mean, finding that information probably takes getting a hold of somebody whose pay grade it is to know these things and finding a way to get information out of them. You do realize we're likely going to be having to kidnap and torture someone to get that information.
I hadn't really gotten to that point in the thought process yet, Eridu.
Well, you laid out to me what you wanted to do. I'm telling you how to make it happen.
Look, I understand, but I'm not even sure if it's safe that we are here anymore. I mean, we've taken all this stuff. As soon as that commander gets back to his office from being in wherever he is, he's going to sound the alarm. Whole place is going to be on lockdown. So I'm not even sure if there's anything that we can do here right now. I think we need to collect Alton and Lauren and get out of here. And just take the information we have and try and work with that.
Alright, if that's what you want to do. Finding more information won't happen then. So if you're comfortable with that,
I mean...
This is our best opportunity to gather more information, is all I'm saying. It would be dangerous, but it's the only way. Only time, really.
I'm paralyzed.
I'll tell you what I want to do. Lauren brought us here. Lauren was wondering what was going on here. I would like to ask her what she wants to do with this information.
Okay. I'm really sorry, guys. I gotta duck out for a second here.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do.
So, we will leave Eridu and Eigner there and skip over to Alton and Lauren.
Okay.
Currently nestled amongst some crates and boxes between a couple of quickly put together ramshackle buildings, they are observing this massive construction, a construct, I should say. It's not currently being built. But it seems to be this wireframe dragon thing. There is a halfling at the controls, and this dragonborn is showing an Azamar around.
Oh, so I see a halfling in there.
Yes, there is a halfling in the cockpit at the controls. There are several levers and pull things.
Oh, so I'm really close to it if I can see that much detail.
Yeah, you're relatively close. You'd be about 80 feet away.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's like hella close. So I see a halfling inside this thing, and I see. Can I get a perception check to see if like I get like if I can note it? Like, I guess if I can notice anything about him that I would, or her, them.
Okay.
That I would notice to give me like some kind of insight into whatever.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, it's gonna be good. You're gonna really hate this roll because of how high your perception is.
And the back.
20 total.
20.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just check.
Alton sees things.
Alton sees everything.
That's actually the name of the game. It's not Winds of War, it's Alton sees things.
Alton sees.
Alton disappears into the night and sees everything. Where'd Alton go? Oh, he figured out where shit is. Okay.
He's just looking at things very intently right now.
Yeah.
Alton's just being Batman.
Alton is Batman. I need to get that cloak of the bat or whatever it's called.
You just need to walk around talking like this all the time.
Yeah.
You look towards the cockpit. You see that this halfling is wearing very thick, heavy leathers that seem to be belted up around them. It seems to be safety equipment of some kind.
Okay.
heavily padded leather. They are sat waiting for an instruction, it seems. They're quietly and sternly observing to see what's going on down below. The cockpit that they are in is a good 18 feet off the ground, nestled into the back of this thing's neck. Other than that, there's nothing really to see. You know that it's a halfling. You know that it's male. They have
Okay.
short hair and tanned skin.
Okay. Okay.
They're not someone you recognize. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, the halflings are halflings all over the planet. So.
yeah.
So yeah. So he's looking at a specific area. Like looking for so he's looking kind of basically looking down at one specific area. Is he kind of like looking around to see directions from any side? Like, is it like
He's observing the Dragonborn and the Asmar specifically.
okay, gotcha.
You can see the two of them talking back and forth. The Asmar woman speaking in slow, regal tones, and the Dragonborn sort of acting like a car salesman.
Okay, gotcha. And that like pushing the
This bad boy can fit so many halflings in it.
Yeah. Okay. Shit. I think for right now, it's probably best if I just like. Is there anywhere closer that would be that I could hide behind?
Everything that you're seeing is that's closer runs a heavy risk of being spotted. There are a few more like crates and things near the wall behind this thing, but to get there, you'd be easily spotted.
Right. Oh, okay. I'm gonna then go with. I don't know how well I'm hidden right now, but I'm gonna basically hold my ground for right now, and hide. So I don't know if my I don't know how long it's been. So I don't know if my Pass Without a Trace is still active. But
Lasts
if you
for
need
an
me to
hour,
roll a
right?
stealth check. Oh no, I don't have inspiration. I use that shit.
Pass Without a Trace, I think you're right, Carl, that it lasts about an hour, but remember that finding this thing was the culmination of 4
that's what I'm
hours
saying. If
searching.
it's
Very true.
okay, so it's over. So that's why I wanted to
Very
ask if it was
true.
like 10 minutes left or if it was like gone. So no, we're cool. Okay.
I think you did do a thing to get it again, didn't you?
No, that was my. I used 2 spell slots to get a second time.
Yes, there we go.
Right.
So there's no Pass Without Trace. Yes.
Yeah, I used all my spell slots. So
Okay. Well, to give you a moment to think about what you're about to do, and given that we've hit upon that fact that Lauren and Alton are still near this thing, and they've been together for about 4 hours, and as far as Eridu and Eigner are concerned, they're about halfway through that amount of time. So as far as they're aware, Alton and Lauren are
no,
still
it was
together.
3 hours. It was 3 hours that I was. All right. Shoot.
It was originally 3 hours, but then you got like a really low roll, so you wanted to look for another hour.
Okay. Then I forget. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, I used Pass Without a Trace the whole time. Whatever it was. However I pulled it off.
So just moving back swiftly to Eridu and Eigner, while you guys are looking over this paperwork and deciding on your next move, Lauren wanders into the warehouse.
Lauren, where's Alton?
Eigner. Alton. He's here.
Here? Like with you right now?
I don't see him.
Yeah, it's very much like him to not be around when you think he is. Very, very much like him. I think we may need to get out of here.
Have you discovered something?
Whoosh.
Hmm.
I'll just show her the whole plans and give her the whole spiel.
This is most concerning. Perhaps it would be best for us to retreat. Consider our next move.
That is certainly my mindset, but
That would be the most tactical, Eigner.
But I don't think we can leave without Alton.
Allow me to go and find Alton. I'll meet you outside the wall.
hold on. No, I mean, Eigner's not saying anything, but he might get this little squinty-eyed thing. I'm just getting this weird, like, spidey sense thing, and this might be totally unfounded. Might be, like, a totally nothing.
Might also be the tone in Drew's voice.
It might also be, but I'm getting this spidey sense going on, for certain. And Eigner's gonna do an insight check.
Okay.
Ugh, and only roll a 7. So he'll have a 12 insight to determine whether this is the Lauren that he knows, or if it is someone maybe pretending to be a Lauren.
While something certainly seems to be amiss, this is definitely Lauren.
Very well. Very well. Eigner will say, okay, very well.
And she turns and leaves the warehouse.
Okay. Eridu, do you have a bag or anything that we can hide this stuff in?
You're asking someone who travels light.
Yes, that's true. Okay. In that case, I'm going to start raiding the warehouse for a nice burlap sack.
I mean, we're in a warehouse. I'm sure there's something.
We're in a warehouse.
Yes, you can find that there are plenty of sacks full of grains. You could easily just rip open the top of one of those and empty it out.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I will do that, and I will store the stolen illicit goods in the burlap sack.
The grain farm that you're emptying the grains out of is the Summergleam Westfield Agricultural Guild, or SWAG. So you now have a swag bag full of your swag.
All right.
I gotta write that one down in my inventory. Swag bag. Swag bag. Oh, dude, I totally wrote down the stuff I have. I have a key. I have the bottle filled with some kind of material. I've got the little wireframe model, and I've got the papers. I will open the cork on the bottle and just take a little whiff of that.
If there could ever be fancy moonshine, that would be this.
Ooh. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
This was not exactly brewed in someone's bathtub. You can even get a hint of a metallic scent to the grapes. That someone has brewed their own wine in what seems to be like a silver bowl.
Interesting. Well, Eigner will definitely take a little glug of that to steel himself for the whatever holds in his future, and he'll offer a little bit to Eridu.
Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, great.
I'm taking this weight.
Eridu was not going to accept, but now he's definitely not going to.
Well, he's probably not going to. Hey, it's a good thing I'm good at Constitution saving throws, right? Oh, it's a natural 20. Boom.
Nice.
20, 25 total.
Upon downing it, you feel that despite the fact that this thing didn't look carbonated at all, there are loads of bubbles that seem to be churning in your belly. You let out a burp, and you feel that probably could have been painful and possibly even induced some vomit. This is very, very strong, but you're a hardy man and can take such things. However, you do start to feel some changes. Not only do you feel a bit better and brighter about the day, just your mood has really picked up. You're also seeing like a little haze on things, like you've gone like 10 pints deep with just a sip.
Damn. Okay. Are these like actual like mechanical things that are going on, or is it just totally like a perceptual thing?
It's mechanical things, but
you don't have to reveal the mechanics if they're not. Like,
yeah,
relevant.
I'd rather keep them under my hat until you try to do things.
Very well. Well, Eigner will say, I don't know if that was the best idea, and then he'll pull it back from Eridu. These Dragonborn have strange taste in their liquor. Ugh. Oh.
I do not think getting drunk is the right call. We should stay focused until we are clear of this place.
Yes, that seems obvious now after I did that. Don't know why it was not obvious before I did that, but
Did you ever tell me how you got spider legs?
some other time.
I mean, out of character, does Eridu actually know that? Because, I mean, Agner's got a thing about drinking strange liquors.
That was
a spider climb potion.
It was
yeah,
that.
Eridu was
Yeah.
there because that was during.
It was Eridu was outside the town with the sort of merry band to come and stop the drow caravan.
He was.
Eigner was in the city with Okrim.
True.
I mean, he just has got this thing about drinking stuff and
Yeah.
not thinking about it first.
Dude, it smelled like alcohol, dude. Give me a break. It did smell like alcohol. Okay.
I mean, remember, just remember,
Remember.
drinking things without knowing what they do.
Note to self: put poison bottle of wine in dungeon.
Or just one everywhere.
Yeah.
You guys got it out for Eigner, that's all I'm saying.
No, just a lot of people like to have poisoned wine, obviously.
Okay,
Okay.
So Eigner, Eridu, what are you two doing so that we can get back to Alton and Lauren and sort of bring their timeline up to yours?
yeah, through the haze, Eigner's also putting on his soiled trail guard uniform from last session where he intentionally soiled it. He's going to put all that on and just look really awkward as he's putting all of it on, like he's just not really using his limbs very well. And he says, all right, we need to go find Alton.
As you're saying this and putting these things on, everything seems to be moving in slow motion. But you can't move faster. Just everything seems weird.
We need to go find Alton.
Whereas Eridu, your perceptions are as normal.
Is Agner talking really, really slow? Just like, is that a thing that I'm hearing?
No, I'm just doing that for dramatic effect. It's more of like
That's
it's
just
more of like
for what's inside your brain.
yeah, it's more of like from his perspective kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agner, I think you need to sit down. Maybe we'll just wait for Alton to come here.
Okay.
I'm not so sure about. Maybe I should hold on to this.
We'll leave that scene there. Alton, Lauren, so what are you deciding to do? Regards to...
Okay. I'm gonna ask Lauren. What do you think we should do?
I don't even have the words. that a dragon?
That's not a dragon. I know a dragon. That's no dragon. That is some kind of mechanization. A construct, if you will.
Never seen a dragon before. Looks like pictures, though.
Yes. I would assume that that's the point. Nobody's seen a dragon, and therefore, people will assume it is.
The dragonborn I don't get, but if the trail guard are here, there's an Azamar woman, and this is a hut. Is this to try and sneak a fake dragon into Drow and Dragonborn territory?
That makes no sense. They could build it there, and they could do it without. They could do it with impunity. Their government. They wouldn't have to sneak off and create a whole new dock where no one is looking to construct this.
Agreed. I don't know what. None of this makes sense. We need to find something, some record somewhere, a diary of what's happened, or to talk to someone who knows more. Everything that we're seeing creates its own context. We need the history of this. We need to know why here and what the intentions are.
We need to find that woman's her office. The Dragonborn is very clearly a military leader. He may have plans for the war machine, but she would have notes of the war itself.
Do you really think war is coming?
You don't have a war machine without a war.
Perhaps we should reconvene with Eridu and Eigner, see what they've found.
Okay.
As you resolve to move, you see Eigner walking towards the gates. And the gates open, and he is let out, and the gates close behind him.
I'm gonna say, go back up to the, warehouse and meet up with Eridu. This seems unusual.
That's strange.
Yes. So.
All right. I'll go and meet up with Eridu. I assume you're going to chase after Eigner.
Yeah, I'm gonna chase after Eigner. It doesn't. There's so many questions I have in my brain right now that we don't have time for me to ask one. So I want you to just talk to Eridu and see what's going on with Eigner or whatever.
Okay. If you don't see us looking for you, come and meet us in the warehouse again in 2 hours.
Okay.
Rendezvous point. Good luck, Alton.
Thank you. You too. Okay. I am going to using the spell slot that I recovered with my Picreos, my Pearl of Power dagger. I recovered that spell before whatever.
Yep.
So I'm going to use that to cast another Pass Without a Trace. I'm going to go with Domini and I in our in our favored terrain, and I'm going to go very fast, and or as fast as I can, and I'm going to stealth around, and I'm going to catch up with Eigner as fast as I can.
Okay. Since he's on the other side of the wall, you're just gonna.
I'm gonna have to find another egress point that's closer to that wall. I don't have time to go all the way back and around. I need to find an egress point.
Okay. Give me a perception, but make it with disadvantage.
Ugh. Hold on 1 second. Okay.
Because you're needing to keep yourself hidden, and there's a bit of a time crunch on.
10.
You have a look around. You find that there is, against one set of walls, a steel bar against a whole bunch of boxes that are piled up in a near pyramid shape near to one of the walls. It then has about a 6-foot gap between there and I've forgotten the word for it, but like the promenade atop the wall. So you could try and do a standing jump, grab the edge. In fact, yeah, you're like 3-4 feet tall. You'll easily be able to jump up and grab the edge, pull yourself up, and jump down over the wall.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll jump up and I'll grab the edge, and then I'll let Domini jump on while I'm grabbing it. I'll let her jump on my back and then leap over, and then pull myself. If you want me to roll acrobatics, I can.
Yeah, if you could give me acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure, acrobatics. 22.
Easily managed to get over and drop down the 8 feet drop down over the wall. You also avoid a patrol that's going on up top with two humans and a half elf crossing over. As you land, they pass by atop, stop, have a quick chat about the day's weather, and then move on, allowing you to run after Eigner. He has caught up with one of the wagons, is talking to one of the people there, and is climbing onto the back.
Okay. Yeah, no, clearly I'm gonna, because I wasn't close enough to really see what's going on, so I'm going to clearly, stealthily, as fast as I can. I'm assuming that it's not going that fast.
It's currently stopped. You're about 100 feet away. There is hilly terrain that you can sort of duck behind, but
Yeah.
it looks like it's about to start pulling away. In which case, it would be difficult.
Right. So I'm gonna go as fast as I can, while still maintaining some level of stealth. So,
Okay.
I don't want it. That's all peculiar and weird, and I'm going to follow Eigner in this really weird scenario.
Okay. It would take 3 rounds for Eigner to climb up on the wagon, and for the wagon to pull away and reach its normal speed. So in 3 rounds, could you reach the wagon if it's 100 feet away?
Oh, yeah, Domini's speed is 40.
Domini's speed is okay.
I can ride Domini because she's a size larger than me.
She is. I'd forgotten entirely about that. Okay.
That was the whole point of the Alton Domini thing, man.
Oh yeah. No, it's not like I didn't pick a spider for a reason.
Spider follow. Okay. You easily managed to race up there. Give me a stealth check for you,
Okay.
riding Dominic.
Okay. That wasn't the best, but not a huge deal. 25. Nope. Nope, I did that wrong. 23.
Huh.
That was a super shitty roll.
As you're approaching, you notice that Eigner, while sitting on the back, looking behind him towards the city, leans over, taps on this guy's shoulder, who throws the reins. Wagon starts pulling away, and then he gets a look on his face as if there's something close by, and he's scanning the horizon. He doesn't seem to clock you.
Okay, I want to start with a. Shoot. Okay, I'm not sure if I should start with a perception check and see if I get a beat on Eigner, or if I should go straight into insight.
Oh, you can see Eigner. He's in the back of the wagon there.
Right. Okay, I just wasn't sure if I should use perception to see if. He seems off. The situation seems off and weird, and I don't want to metagame. But at the same time, it just in Alton's brain, this doesn't track. And so that's why I was wondering if I should do a perception first, or if I could just go straight into.
I feel like insight's totally justified. You know,
Okay.
because Alton's suspicions have been raised far enough.
Okay. Net 20
I got a 2.
plus 7.
Rock and roll.
This is not Eigner. This is someone moving like someone who has seen Eigner and is pretending to move like Eigner. But he looks exactly like Eigner. So it looks like Eigner trying to copy someone doing an impression of Eigner.
That's trippy.
Okay. I am going to follow, kind of follow off to the side. So like I can still maintain line of sight on the and keep up with the
wagon, the cart.
The wagon. Thank you. But I'm gonna I'm gonna whatchamacallit, I don't want to be seen, because I know this is bad. I know this is whatever. So I don't want to be seen, but I'm gonna follow this wagon.
Okay.
As they kill my second character.
Pulling away from this harbour town, following closely behind on Domni. That is what Alton is doing. We shall skip over to Eridu and Eigner just now. They have been waiting in this warehouse for an hour and a bit. Eigner, the effects of that thing has worn off, but given the hour that it lasted, you managed to discern exactly what these effects were just by moving your hand in front of your face and testing things out by just like throwing dirt or whatever. But when you take a little bit of this, a lot would probably kill you, but a little bit seems to heighten your perceptions. So while you still got that sort of like beer haze on things, you just seem to be able to take things in faster, giving you the perception of time slowing down. So it might be handy if for some reason you're needing to make sure that your reflexes are heightened.
Whoa. That's trippy. Okay.
But yes, Lauren enters the warehouse, comes straight to you guys, rather than loitering in the middle like she did last time. Greetings.
Hey, Lauren, did you find Alton?
I've been with Alton. So
You-
yes.
Excuse me?
You came in a little bit ago and by yourself, and then you said you were going to go get Alton. So is he here now?
No, Eigner, you're here.
Yes,
Yes.
Eigner was here the last time you came too. You knew that, and said we'd wait for you and Alton to get here, and then we would go.
I left here some 4 or 5 hours ago. With Alton, we were scouting the town. You two were supposed to go to the barracks. And Eigner, we saw you leaving the town moments ago.
That wasn't
You left
me.
through the gates.
That wasn't me. And I knew that wasn't you earlier. I knew it, and I should have done something about it, but I didn't because I don't know. I drank this weird thing, and I don't have time to talk about that right now. But
Well, if Alton's not chasing you, then we need to go and save him.
we need to get out of here right now.
You're telling me you won't believe what they've got at the front of this place. There's this massive thing that looks like a metal dragon.
Oh,
There's someone sat in it.
oh, we know.
What?
We'll talk more later. We gotta go now.
Right, yes.
Okay.
Through the hole?
Yes.
She dives into the hole and starts scurrying through to the other side of the wall.
Mm.
Eridu will follow.
And I'll go last, covering the exit.
Okay. You guys emerge. You're at the side of the town. Around the corner and at the front is the gates, where she says that Eigner left through. The time that it took her to get back to the warehouse would have been about 5 or 10 minutes.
So,
Okay.
all right. So our characters. Well, first I'll ask Lauren. So, I'll just say like, okay. So the fakener, the not the Eigner, but the fakener, went out the gate, just through the main gate, right?
That's right. Yes, they opened the gates for you and
For
him,
the fakener. You can say it.
the fake.
So you have Eigner and Eridu. Eridu.
Foadu? Wait, there's no
Yeah,
fa-
It's not a
fakener.
fake. It's not a fake Eridu.
F-A-U-X.
It's a fake Lauren.
Yeah, the fake.
Folan.
Yeah.
Foreign.
Foreign.
Olin, there you go.
No, it
So we
only
have
works with
Olin
fakener,
and-
guys. It only works with fakener. All right,
Not
so
Olin.
he went out the main gates. And so I think we should just hightail it down this main path as fast as we can right now.
Sorry, I just realised, if we make a fake Alton, he'll be the alternate.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry, my brain just was focusing on that for some stupid reason.
It's okay.
Okay. Rounding the corner to near the front, you see that there is no sign of Alton or Fakener.
Fakener.
I was about to say Feigner.
Feigner.
Oh.
No, it's Fakener. So we're gonna just go down the main path away from the settlement because, like, objective number 1 is just to get away from there, and then objective number 2 is to try and find maybe some tracks or some kind of signs that Alton or Fakener have gone that direction.
Okay. As you
Sounds good.
approach the main route, some ways away from the gate, you are noticed by some of the guards, but nothing seems to be done. Perhaps it is Lauren's and Eigner's and Eridu's trail guard uniforms that are making you immune to persecution.
You know it.
You follow along the trail and manage to speed away. It takes about 20 minutes. Phone. Takes about 20 minutes to catch up to the trail of Domni. It takes a long time for Lauren, especially to find these tracks, since Domni is just very good at avoiding being seen, stepping as much as she can on stones and things rather than mud. But Lauren manages to catch onto the trail, and having a look at the road and the muddy hills to the side, It seems that Domni, heavier than normal, perhaps with Alton on her back, is in pursuit of a wagon, maybe two. There's a lot of traffic on these roads. Perhaps Fakener climbed aboard a wagon.
It seems like a reasonable mode of transportation, getting out of this very isolated corner. Let's keep following these tracks.
Agreed.
Eigner, I think we have a problem here.
What's the problem?
Even if we find Alton, how do we know that he is not the alternate? And any time one of us is called into question as to whether or not we're actually us, this could get really messy. So how do we establish some baseline to make sure that we don't run into doppelgangers of ourselves?
I don't know how best to answer that, but I know for sure that I am Eigner, and whomever this other one is not me. So that's all the proof that I need.
Right, but
That's
what if we get separated and we have to find each other again? How do we establish some way of making sure that we know that we are all still we?
That's a
Not
very good
someone else.
point, Eridu. How can I be sure that the Eigner that I saw leaving town was not escaping because he saw you two, knew you weren't? I think it might be best if I scout ahead on my own and catch up to Alton.
Hold on.
This is what I was talking about. Before this happens, why don't we find some way to make sure that when
Eridu.
we meet, we're all talking to the same people?
I have
What?
an answer.
All right.
Don't worry. And
Is it just don't think about it?
no, it's I'm sorry, I was just checking the chat message right there. Eigner will pull out his pouch and he'll take out the gem of true seeing. And he'll say,
That's a really handy sounding item.
yeah.
Ah!
And he'll say, this is how we're going to know. And as soon as he says those words, he'll think of all the times that recently happened when he probably should have been using this and it would have made his life a lot easier. and then he'll realize well, at least I remembered it now. So
So we can all take turns looking through the gem of true seeing at each other to dispel any
yeah.
Right, but if they separate, then how do you? Yeah.
Well, only one of us is going to be able to use the gem, and it's kind of my gem, so y'all just kind of have to trust me that I have got this all figured out. But I definitely will do a scan right now and let everyone else scan each other, and so we can all be sure that at least the three of us talking right now are who we say we are.
Are we all who we say we are?
Let's see. All right, Eigner. Let's give this a shot. You check me and Eridu first.
Okay, I'll check Lauren first.
You check Lauren. She seems fine. The dagger to her side is glowing somewhat. It seems to be magical. But besides that, everything seems to be in order.
Mm-hmm. Everything looks good. Seems like a powerful dagger you have there.
Thank you. An heirloom.
Hold on to that one. And then I'll double check Eridu. It's mostly a courtesy with Eridu, but maybe I'll see something revealing.
I mean, his whole body is a magic weapon.
Stop using pickup lines on me in the middle of this crazy adventure.
You know, babe, my body is a magic item. You've got to get attuned to it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is why you come to roll for mischief.
Yeah, for the laughs. Come for the games, stay for the laughs. That's a good
Okay.
tagline that we can use.
Okay.
So-
Lauren holds out her hand. And says, all right, Eigner. My turn.
Very well.
She holds the gem to her eye and looks Eridu up and down. seems to be in order. Moves it over to Eigner. Oh my god!
She sees the spider, huh? Ah! And then
Eridu, get away from him!
he realizes exactly what's going on and says, "Oh no, I didn't think about that. Oh, I'm
Eridu's
so
looking at Eigner.
Throws the
sorry.
sword.
Oh, Lauren, no, I'm so sorry. Ugh. Ugh."
Get back, you beast!
Eridu's gonna like stand next to Lauren and just kind of be in a ready position. Like, I knew I was with you this whole time, but when did you get swapped out for something else?
Look for yourself.
Oh, oh, Lauren. No, it's he. Eridu's Agnes a spider monster.
As if
He
that's
is.
gonna like just easily explain it.
Has
I-
he always been this way?
I mean,
Not always.
it's a new development.
But this is the Eigner we know, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes. In
I-
fact, if you
It's
if
awful.
you look like a normal person, that would be scary.
Yeah. I really am gonna have a hard time explaining it in short terms. But it's an affliction, and then he'll have this weird pause and like far away look when he says the word affliction. And he'll get like misty eyed for a second, and he'll say, "It's something that I've been coming to terms with for a little while now." And but it does not affect my capability in dealing with the present situation. And I assure you, I am me. I am the same Eigner you met all those days ago, defending the caravans.
Alright. That was quite a shock.
I didn't think about that. I'm sorry.
Indeed. Alright. So, we can use this gem and see if the Fakener is also a terrifying spider monstrosity.
No, if he'll look like just a different person.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So if magic is being used to alter someone's appearance, we can determine that.
Yes.
I,
Yes.
Mm.
And we should agree on some kind of code word that we can use to determine and be sure that, something we agree on right now that will show that, verify that we've had this conversation and we know each other.
Oh, there was this word that An taught me a while ago in his little more sophisticated elven language. Bing bong. We should say bing bong to each other.
Wait, bing bong?
That's it.
Bing
That's the
bong?
one.
Well,
An taught me that one. I'm pretty
sim-
sure it's a
simple.
real word.
it very much seems like an on phrase.
Yeah.
Very much.
I mean, he never told me what it meant. I'm sure it's something great.
yes. It's just strange that all of you seem to work so well together, but all splinter off and do your own thing from time to time.
Yeah,
It's innovative.
it's rarely the tactical move, but we have our moments. So now that is settled, we have a code word. We can be rest assured among us three. Let's keep following these tracks.
Indeed. Alton, you have been following on the back of Domney for over an hour now, and
Yep.
it seems that after entering a woodland, that you are heading further and further north. It looks like the alternate trail proposed by... nope, never mind. Different character. It seems that you are just moving northwards, and that you are approaching a village ahead in the trees.
Well, fortunately for me, forests are. I just got forests as my second favorite terrain. Just so you can hate me. Um,
Yeah, dude, rangers can be kind of a pain in the butt for a DM. I'm realizing that in my own game.
um, yeah, rangers are. This is where rangers shine. This is our job right here. Is the exploration. This is what we do. We make life hell for DMs and exploration.
I'm gonna choke you with some D12s, dude.
So, yeah, I'm just gonna continue. If you need me to roll a new stealth, I can. But I'm just gonna continue to follow at an appropriate
Okay.
pace.
It was mostly to alert you to the fact that since you're 1 hour out, it would take you an hour to return. And so, if you were to meet up with Lauren in 2 hours at the warehouse.
No, I found something. I'm on the hunt.
Cool.
So I'm not letting this Fakener go. So no, absolutely. This is because we talked about if we didn't find anything that we would return. I have found something.
Very true.
So,
all right. The wagon pulls into this village square. As it does so, it sort of turns around slightly. Eigner, sorry. Eigner gets off the back of this cart.
Well, I know he's a Fakener.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yes, you read his body language.
I got a 27. I know exactly what's going on.
So yes, he gets down, thanks the driver, and walks into the tavern.
That's
the tavern.
It's a typical Eigner thing to do. Sorry.
The tavern is called the Three-Legged Horseman.
Okay.
The cart itself then pulls away from the town square, not going back down the road it just came from, not going up the main road, but pulling up one of the side roads towards a stables.
Right.
It's a fairly
the cart.
Okay. It's a fairly sleepy village. There's a few people milling about the place. A lot of the houses are squeezed close together with small alleyways between them, giving you a lot of places to sort of sneak around.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak around in the alleyways, and I'm gonna follow the because if he knows to look like Eigner, he knows what I look like. So I'm not going to let him get a line of sight on me. So I'm gonna follow the cart.
New environment, so to speak. It's more of an urban one, so give me another stealth check, please.
Oh yeah. 25. I actually rolled well this time.
Hot damn.
Good stuff. Okay. The wagoneer pulls the cart into a sort of stable warehouse thing, parks up the cart, lets off his horse, brings him round to a small stable compartment, and wander out, wipe their hands, look over to the cart, then look a bit forlorn. Get it next time. And he wanders out and moves towards the tavern as well.
Insight check.
Okay.
Ugh, not great. 11.
This guy definitely seems tired, worn out, and not necessarily like he's done a lot of work to earn that. You can tell that this is someone who is a bit of a job's worth. He is clocking off early.
Gotcha.
But he doesn't seem to be deceiving anyone. He's not putting on any airs or anything. This guy seems to be authentic.
Okay, cool. Or at least as far as I know. With an 11. Okay, so in that case, I am going to go into the wagon, and I'm going to just go through it. I'm gonna tell Domini to kind of like not inside, but kind of just off to the side, like of the whatchamacallit, to keep on lookout and give me kind of a heads up.
More for... I understand that your passive perception is fairly high.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And so, just know that what is about to occur is purely for flavor and not indicative of Alton's skills necessarily.
Okay.
But entering the warehouse, looking through stuff on the cart, you see that there's a whole bunch of small boxes that are easily opened up again, and inside you see lots of rocks, some with little veins of metal seeming on them. When a small child's voice pipes up behind you. "What you doing, governor?"
Hey, little stereotypical boy.
You're so British, Drew. Oh my god.
How does a British person do a bad British accent?
I thought it was okay.
I know, right?
I liked it. I thought it was fun.
It's bad, believe me.
No. It's bad. Okay, so I pop on down. He asked me what am I doing, or just how's it going?
What are you doing?
Oh, okay. Oh, hey, Steve asked me to go look at look for like he left his bottle in the back there, and he just asked me to go pick it up for him.
You're short.
Thank you.
Want a compliment?
It is to me.
You're weird. I like your dog.
Thank you. And would you like to pet her?
Yeah, all right.
So I tell Domini to come over, and yeah.
He drops the broom that he's holding and just pats the dog.
Okay. I tell Domini to play like she's a puppy. Just puppy play.
Cool. He plays about with her and then says quite pointedly, "Got any food?"
Yeah. And I reach back in my pack and I give him a whole ration, a whole day's ration.
Damn. Generous.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Hooking him up.
Oh, and if you don't mind me asking, sir, my mother's got an awful affliction. Needs some special medicine from apothecary. You haven't got a silver, have you?
Oh, you know what? Here's 3 gold.
Hey.
Takes the gold. You all right in the head?
Huh? Wait, what'd you say?
Are you all right in the head? He's asking if you're nuts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, of course. I'm such an empathetic person, and to hear such a sad story of a child who doesn't have much to eat and whose mother is so very sick, it just moved my heart.
Yeah, right. Thanks, mate. He bundles it all together and scampers out.
Yeah.
All right. Can we take this moment to go on break?
Ooh, that would be a good idea. Yes.
You just got had by a child.
Yeah.
So
all right.
I don't give a shit. I just want him gone.
Just before we go on break, then, to sort of bring this to a good sort of advert breaky moment, Alton will go into the tavern, and soon after, Eridu, Eigner, and Lauren.
In the tavern, or the.
Hey.
He doesn't
Oh,
go.
sorry. Not in the tavern, but
Guys,
the wagon.
yes.
Let's go. Let's go on break.
Okay. All right. We'll do that in a second.
We'll be right back. See you in 10. All right.
Bye.